Don't touch that dial. A new theater company is bringing a touch of the vintage to Charleston audiences with live radio dramas. Joining us are the founders of Shortwave Kitsch, Brandon Joyner and Maddie Casto. Great to have you both.
Thank you for
So
having
glad to
us.
be here.
I love this idea. Okay, let me forward this question to the distant relative of Jacques Cousteau,
Yeah, it's
Ms.
true.
Casto.
Yes.
I just found that out. It's fascinating information. So what was the inspiration behind this idea?
Sure. So Brandon, one of my fellow founders and owners and producers, and his girlfriend Brooke Rash and our friend Kristen Granite, they had been thinking about this idea for 8 or 9 years before I came along. And I've always loved this era. I think it's the best when it comes to music and entertainment and fashion. And we kind of started talking about this about 9 months ago.
Yeah.
This has all happened very quickly.
Yeah. I think people who know anything about a radio drama, they love the idea of just kind of using their imagination, hearing voices,
Exactly.
hearing sound effects. Do you
Yes.
do all that stuff on
We
stage?
do.
Yes, everything is actually live. And so the original idea was basically just to have readings on stage, and that was a great idea. It was fun because we can encapsulate the era. But then you start listening to those radio dramas, and there's music accompanying it all.
Yep.
So we, through a series of events, met Pedro Toro, our accompanist, our composer. So I was like, do you think you have any interest in writing some music for us in the background? And he's like, yeah. So the next thing was like, well, now somebody has to be walking down the hallway. How are we going to do that? And so Brooke's like, I think I want to do that. Yeah. So the Foley, between the Foley, the live music, the live actors, we just magic.
You know, once upon a time when I worked in radio, I actually worked in the same building. It was CBS. I have to put it out there because Lucille Ball, Jimmy Durante, all the likes were upstairs on the stage where audiences would come watch them do their drama, and then people at home would hear them on the radio.
Yeah.
And to have that kind of that connection to our past was so profound, and you can only imagine just how much fun that would have been for people to actually see their favorite actors performing on stage. So are these vintage storylines, or are they modern day only?
Well, we kind of took a little bit of both because we love that idea of stepping into Lucille Ball's shoes, into Jimmy Durante's shoes, because that's where we get our love and joy from what we're doing. And we have this saying, and it's kind of our slogan, it's new stories, vintage vibes.
Yeah.
So they're new stories that are inspired by those original shows that our grandparents grew up listening to, that our friends' parents grew up listening to, because every time we've talked about this to older audience members, it brings up these beautiful memories. Their eyes light up and they remember these beautiful memories connected to it. So we're trying to preserve this beautiful time period and have people step back into these beautiful memories at the same time.
How does the acting change when you're having to do this for radio?
Yeah.
There's a lot of leaning in.
So,
before
performing to the nosebleeds, as it were, only through the microphone.
We only have like 2 or 3 mics. So Brooke, with her Foley, has 1 mic. So she is, if there is a science effect, then she's blowing through a straw into milk and making it bubble. If there's somebody walking down the hall, there's cat litter and cowboy boots. So she has to find all those things. But as far as we're concerned as actors, we're normally just standing behind a microphone as a singer. But then when there's 4 actors and there's only 2 microphones, then we just present it leaning in whenever we have to speak.
Yes.
So.
Do you find that you're overacting or acting, playing it up a little bit more than you normally would?
I think so.
Yeah, very definitely.
Yeah.
We're already hammy as it is.
Yeah. We're a hammy group.
Hammy. Just like a ham radio.
Exactly. Oh,
this is so
course.
cool. So a throwback to our past, which I think is great that you're keeping it alive. Well, audiences come and see you perform. You've got a couple of episodes, as you call them, coming up this month and also next month.
Correct.
So the first one is considered episode 2. So you've already done episode 1.
We did.
Right.
Yes.
How is that?
It's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
And basically, each show, the hour-long show, has 2 episodes. So you get to see your science fiction show, you get to see your Western show, you get to see all these different types of genres from back in the day.
That's wonderful. September 17th and again October 8th. So for more information, where do they go?
Go to www.swkradio.com.
Yes.
Or just email us at
SWK.
Yeah, exactly. and we do have that. You're going to see all kinds of live music and commercials and all kinds of fun stuff. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at SWK Radio Show, or email us at swkradioshow@gmail.com.
And Kristen Granite, our manager, will make sure she responds to them all.
Yes, she will.
Thank you both so much.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
We're back after this.